Check. Check. Check.
In the tournament, baby.
If you're thinking about having a day off of work, and if you're thinking about having fun, and you're thinking about making new friends, this is the best golf tournament to do it.
It's a wonderful cause for someone to get involved with Santa Ana College, particularly those who have experienced this great school.
Well, I was here 2 years at Santa Ana, 2 really great years. Played on a couple sports teams, and so really got to know the school, a lot of the people at the school.
My parents are alumnus, and they always spoke about how all the success they had started local. It started at Santa Ana, and so I owe a debt of gratitude, as does my family.
It's a great opportunity to help young people. We offer scholarships, and we also offer money to the athletic department to give them a chance to buy equipment that's not covered by the regular budget.
Now I could just focus on softball, and I don't have to worry about having a little part-time job to make sure I have food, or make sure that I could buy the things that I need. We get team shoes, we get team jerseys, we get our pants, we get practice shirts. Everything's always provided.
What is better than going out, getting to enjoy a day of golf, and supporting the amazing student athletes at Santa Ana College? They work so hard, and they are so dedicated to their studies. They're dedicated to being the elite athletes, and I can't think of anything better that I'd want to support.
They're really in it for the students and the athletes, and how they just want to help us in every possible way, and I feel they're so grateful to be able to help us too.
Hello, welcome everyone to SoCalCollegeSports.com's live coverage 3C2A playoff baseball live from Don Sneddon Field. I'm Mike Cepeda. Hopefully we may be joined by Don Sneddon later on. This is day 2 of round 2, and a thriller yesterday. The Comets come out on top 10-9, and the Dons were threatening in that bottom of the 9th. They flipped the scoreboard here today. Christian Thompson will get things started off for Santa Ana. Freshman from Cyprus. First pitch swinging. Trickler over to second base. Easy play for Bryson Hashimoto. We'll set the lineup here for you shortly. One away here in the top of the first. It's Logan Parker who gets a start on the mound on day 2 for Palomar on the season. This is his 16th appearance. He's 10-1 on the season, 93 innings pitched, ERA of 3.29, 80 strikeouts, only 18 walks, and Ks per 9 to shade under 8. This is Kyle Ashworth. Ashworth yesterday 0 for 4, did have a run scored, an RBI, couple walks. Just underway here from Don Snedden Field. Last we checked, softball going on right now simultaneously here from Santa Ana. Long Beach and the Lady Dons, and they were tied at 1 apiece last we checked. Don't have a score update right now. Just starting off with the call on that one here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can catch this ball game live on our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. Also on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. Ashworth takes this one for a ride, and this one ain't coming back. Kyle Ashworth goes yard here in the top of the first. The Dons on the board early. My goodness. Kyle Ashworth gets all of that one. An 0 for 4 yesterday, announces his presence with authority in the opening at bat here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up Cedric Perez. Perez had an injury right before the Orange Coast series. Started off 0-1, check swing. That one in there for a strike, 0-2. Parker ahead quickly. This one just outside, 1-2. The 1-2 on Perez. Perez laces it foul. There is Cedric, sophomore from Fountain Valley. We'll do the 1-2 again. This one in the dirt, 2-2. One out. It's 1-0. Perez goes down via the K. That'll bring up Evan Leibel. Leibel yesterday 1 for 5, couple of runs and an RBI. First pitch swinging. Easy play at first for Tanner Lappin, and that will do it for the Dons in the top of the first. But Kyle Ashworth goes deep, and it's 1-0 Dons on top. You're watching 3C2A playoff baseball here on SoCal College Sports. Again, apologies everyone, having some issues with our scoreboard. Get that all squared away here for you. We are in the bottom of the first, excuse me. 1-0. Santa Ana on top of Palomar, round 2 of the 3C2A baseball playoffs. Chase Hennessy gets a start on the mound for the Dons here on day 2. See a lot of sliders here today from Chase. Is the book on Chase Hennessy, making his 13th appearance on the season. He's pitched 63 2/3 inning, 72 Ks. That leads the team. He has over 10 Ks per 9 innings with an ERA of 3.11. Has had some injury down the stretch here in 2022, but going to give it a go here. 0-1 high, 1-1. He's going to start off with Devlin Lindemann. Lindemann yesterday 2 for 4, a couple of RBIs and a walk. That one fouled off, 1-2 here on Devin. There is Devlin, freshman from Temescal Canyon, one of the biggest bats in the lineup for Palomar. Palomar as a team yesterday hit 378, 14 hits. En route to the 10-9 win, built a big lead courtesy of an 8-run top of the 6th inning. And they were able to hold off that one off of Lindemann. That one certainly looked like it smarted a little bit. Fouls it right off of the ankle, and we'll do 1-2 again. Comets and the Dons here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Palomar coming in with an overall record after yesterday's win, 34-10. Swing and a miss on the 1-2. And Hennessy delivers a K on the opening at-bat here. 1 down. That'll bring up Jack Sanders. Sanders yesterday 3 for 5. This one hit well to center field and caught. Hit too well by Sanders. This one absolutely smoked, but right to Kyle Ashworth. So Ashworth doing it at the plate and with the glove. 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Bryson Hashimoto. Hashimoto right back up the middle, 4-base hit. 2-out single for Bryson. Bryson yesterday 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Off to a good start here for the Comets. And here comes Quincy Scott. Scott yesterday 2 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. There is Quincy. Standing 6'5", he's a big boy. Freshman from Mission Hills. 2 outs, runner on first. First pitch in there from Hennessy, strike 1. Oh and 1 on Scott. Strike 2. That one a beauty from Hennessy. Paints the fastball. It looked like a slider. I was fooled, and so was Quincy Scott. Quickly down to the count, 0-2. Bottom of the first inning. One aboard. It's Hashimoto at first. The 0-2. High fastball. Hennessy changes the eye level. 1-2. Pitch inside. That'll even up the count at 2-2. Hashimoto at first. Hennessy ready from the stretch. Delivers the 2-2, and that one in the dirt. What a luxury it is to have Evan Leibel behind the dish. We saw him shine yesterday throughout. There's Emory Johnson on the call yesterday with myself. Talked about as a pitcher, and he pitched at Moore Park College several years. And when you have the ability to have that margin for error, there's a lot for your confidence as a pitcher. The 3-2. This one chopped over to short. High throw. So we'll advance the runners. We'll have a pretty good look of it here. And Dembo just has that one sail on him. So what should be the Dons in the dugout prepping for the top of the second. I'll bring up Tanner Lappin. Lappin yesterday, 1 for 4. Walk, struck out, scored a run. Second and third. Two gone. And Hennessy battles right back, 0-1 on Lappin. One swing and a miss. Slider in there, beauty. See that one just dropped. That kind of looks like a curveball. Swing and a miss. Lappin down swinging. No chance there for Tanner. We head to the top of the second. 1-0, Dons on top. It'll be Mark Schiavone leading things off for the Dons here in the top of the second inning. 1-0, courtesy of Kyle Ashworth going yard in the top of the first for the Dons. Parker wheels and deals. Coming in with that sidearm motion, 0-1. Swing and a miss from Shivani. Mark at first today, 0 for 1 yesterday with a run, 2 walks. There we see Mark. Behind 0-2. That one back up the middle for a base hit. Shivani aboard. Stays on top of it, bounces out for the mound. And leadoff man aboard in the top of the second. Here comes Kyle Morrell. There's Kyle, sophomore from El Dorado. Shivani at first. Day 2, day 3 tomorrow if necessary. That'll also be a noon start time. That one in there for a strike from Parker. One and one. Thrilling game yesterday. Game nearly saw us walk it off for the Dons. Ball from Parker, 2-1. We talked about it earlier, 8 runs in the top of the 6th. And the Dons had their chances. 11 base runners left on. That pitch outside, 3-1 now. And I believe 3, maybe 4 errors yesterday for Palomar. So the number could have been a lot lower, but Comets didn't do themselves any favors, but able to scratch out the victory and force a winner-go-home situation for the Dons here today. Swing and a miss for Morrell. And the count now full. Throw back over to first. Palomar punched their ticket to this week's best of 3 series in Santa Ana with a win last week versus Pasadena City. Ball 4 for Morrell. And first and second, nobody out, in the makings of a big inning here is Brock Denbo. Comes to bat. Dembo with some missed opportunities. He was one of the culprits in terms of leaving men on base yesterday. 3 left on. He was 0 for 3, did score a run, had an RBI and a walk. But Dembo, who flashes some power playing shortstop. We had a sac bunt yesterday, shows bunt there, so he can take it out as we saw in the Santa Barbara series, or he can put one down if needed. 0-1 after the foul. Looking to advance the runner. Infield playing in slightly. You see Lappin at first. Playing slightly in. And it's a beautiful job laying down the bunt. Tough play. That will advance the runners. Mission accomplished. The throw carrying Lappin into the runner's direction, and Dembo able to hold up just slightly. So 1 away, but now second and third for the Dons. And here comes Thomas Williams. Williams walked it off in the Santa Barbara series in day 1. Day 2 was a no-doubter. Big win for the Dons versus the Vaqueros from Santa Barbara. In the best of 3 2-game sweep. That pitch outside, 1-0. And Parker in a jam here early, already down 1-0. Parker delivers outside, ball 2. And Logan Parker, the heat certainly could be a factor here today. It is 90 plus. That went outside again. The bat staying on the shoulder. It's 3-0. Second and third, first base open. We're going to have a visit to the mound. Parker struggling here, and likely going to get somebody up in the bullpen momentarily for the Comets. I wonder if Williams is going to get the green light here. 3-0. Taking all the way, ball 4. Wasn't close. It's a 4-pitch walk for Thomas Williams. They're loaded up. And here comes Ryan Stock. Stock yesterday went yard for the Dons. There is Ryan. Freshman from Servite. Solid power in the lineup really throughout for head coach Tom Nellis. An opportunity here for Stock to break things wide open in the top of the second for the Dons. 1 out. Pitch in the dirt. And Lindemann does a good job staying in front, keeping the runners at bay. One 0. That pitch high, ball 2. That's 6 straight balls for Logan Parker. And he is struggling. That pitch low as well. 3-0. That's a pretty tough strike zone. If we had the target zone for the K, I think that probably would have been called a strike. That one inside, ball 4. That walks home the second run of the ball game for the Dons. It's 2-0. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup Christian Thompson. One across here in the top of the second. Parker finally delivers a strike, 0-1. That was 8 straight balls for Logan Parker. Outside, Thompson does a good job just keeping the bat on the shoulder. Parker in big trouble here in the top of the second. That one gets past. Here comes everybody moving up. And Morrell comes home for the score. 3-0 now. Dons in front. 2-1 on Thompson. I wonder what they rule that. Pass ball, Tony? Wild pitch. Tony Altobelli, along with Cammie Lewis, running stats. Big hack there from Thompson. 2-2. So the count even. First base open after the wild pitch. 3-0 Dons early. Dons being up early. This is shades of last week on day 2 for the Dons. Chopper. This can be a tough play. Nobody covering Thompson. Do they rule him out? Run's going to score. We're going to have a pretty good look of it here. He's out. After the collision, we see it right there. That's a good call. So 2 gone here. Now, did two runs come to score? So it's 5-0 to Dons in front. It's alert base running from Santa Ana. So everybody comes home. And look who it is. It's Kyle Ashworth. Ashworth 1 for 1 with a bomb early. 1-0, make it 1-1. 2 gone here, top of the second. 4 across this inning for the Dons. And Ashworth looking to add to it right here. And this one hit pretty well, but to center field. It dies in the air, and that'll do it for the Dons in the top of the second. But 5 runs total on the day 4 in the top of the second. And we head to the bottom half of the inning. Comets looking to respond. Chase Hennessy has been spotted a 5-0 lead. Pretty good margin for error here. Don's looking to force a game 3 of a best-of-3 series. It'll be Suba, Hain, and Larson due up this inning for the Comets. And the strike zone not very forgiving for both pitchers. Certainly Logan Parker felt that in the top of the second. Some calls that did not go his way. Gives up 4. A few walks. Wild pitch. And the Dons in the driver's seat here in the second inning. Bottom 2. Comets up to bat. It's 2-0. That pitch off the mark as well. 3-0 now. Hennessy delivers. That one in there for strike one. 3-1. Let's establish a baseline for where the strike zone is. Pretty good paint there from Hennessy. 3-1. Suba takes strike two. And Hennessy, that one looked like it was on the outer half. Puts it right on the money. Count now full. On Suba. (3-2), and this one lifted foul, out of play. There's Caden. Caden Zuba, freshman from Temescal Canyon. Working with a full count against Chase Hennessy. See if Hennessy goes to the slider. Can he locate it for the strike? Well, that one fouled back by Suba, so he stays live at 3-2. Get some score updates from around the 3C2A. Saddleback, a big winner yesterday. They're the top seed in the South. Considered one of the favorites here to come out of the South. And the winner of this series, should Saddleback hold serve here today, will get the Bobcats. Winner of this series, I should say. Comets win, they move on. Dons have to win today and then win tomorrow. We'll do 3-2 again. Check swing. Did he go? Is the question. We'll have a pretty good look of it here. No, he does a good job. Zuba holds up. So it's a leadoff walk. Hennessy battles but issues the walk. Here comes Carter Hain. Freshman from Arcadia. First pitch, low ball one. And that one's right at the knees, and if it missed, it didn't miss by much. Suba at first. Pretty good lead. Hennessy looks over. Runner back. That one fouled straight back, and usually means that the batter just missed it. Hain frustrated with himself. 1-1. Hennessy looking over yet again. Comes two, and that one inside, ball two. Hain 0 for 1 with a strikeout and run scored yesterday. The 2-1. This one lifted to center field. Left center. This one going back and gone. Carter Hain goes yard and puts the Comets on the board. 5-2. Don still in front. But Palomar will not go gentle into game 3, that's for sure. See this one here. Elevated fastball, and Hain delivers. Takes it to left center for the home run. I'll bring up Larson. Eric Larson at shortstop today, 2 of 4 yesterday with an RBI. There's Eric, freshman from Sage Creek. Both pitchers really frustrated at this point. Some of these pitches are not missing by a lot. And Hennessy staring down the home plate umpire. And well, if you're looking at some of the replays here, I can't really fathom how much those pitches are missing by. They certainly look like strikes out from the center field camera shot. Of course, it doesn't matter what we think. Apparently, it doesn't matter with video evidence. These are balls. And probably have a pretty good idea of some of the conversation going on. The mound right now is Hennessy was spotted a 5-run lead, but has given up 2 via the home run from Carter Hain. Home plate umpire comes out, breaks up the conference. Carter Hain, that's his 3rd home run on the season. And this is a lineup that does have some power in it. Jack Sanders was 7 bombs on the air. Devlin Lindemann, 15 jacks, hitting .356 on the season. That pitch in the dirt, 3-0. And you get the feeling with a tight strike zone, this game could be north of yesterday's run total. 3-0 in there, strike 1. Write the letters. That was an elevated fastball that turned into trouble for Chase Hennessy. That one over to third. In time from Thomas Williams. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 2nd. On the season, that's the first home run allowed by Chase Hennessy. And 64 2/3 pitched. We'll bring up Ethan Ellis. Started off with the ball. Ellis yesterday 2 for 3 with a walk. There's Ethan, freshman from Rancho Bernardo. This one lifted into center field. Playable for Ashworth. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 2nd. And here comes Devlin Lindemann. We talked about the big bat in the lineup. Devlin. Monster stat sheet for the year for the Comets. First pitch in there, strike 1 from Hennessy. That went outside. Well, there's some scouts here scouting the talent for both teams. Linneman surely on the list. He's heard Don Sneddon yesterday said this is the big bat in their lineup, and certainly a player of note in the scouting report. 2-1, that went outside from Hennessy. Already one mound visit here. It seemed to calm Hennessy down. Felt like he was getting squeezed on some of these pitches, and certainly with replay as one of our resources, seems to have a case. 2-2. Fouled back. That'll even it up. Oh. Last thing you want to do is elevate a fastball to Devlin Lindemann. 2-2, high. Oh. That was very elevated. The count now full. Oh, there's changing eye level, and then there's that. Payoff pitch coming from Chase Hennessy. 3-2, hit well, but foul. That was shades of yesterday. Ashworth nearly walked it off with some runners aboard yesterday in a 10-9 loss on day one. Certainly made up for it today. Top of the first. 3-2. Low, ball 4. Well, you expect the leash to be pretty long here. There is to be a game 3. Jack Sanders, another big bat in the lineup, hitting in the 2-hole today. 7 Jacks on the season. 4 Jack. Lindemann at first after the walk. First pitch on Sanders, and there's strike 1. And there we see Jack Sanders, freshman from Poway. Hennessy delivers strike 2. Goes to the breaking ball, tailing away from the righty. And it's quickly 0-2 on Jack Sanders. Wonder if he goes to that one more time. His out pitch, certainly the slider. And this one hit right to third baseman. The play made by Thomas Williams. That was a hot shot. And not handled at first, but Williams able to recover, throw in time to get the speedy Sanders down the line. And that does it for the Comets. But 2 runs courtesy the bomb from Carter Hayne. And we head to the top of the third, 5-2. Santa Ana on top of Palomar. Top of the third, Perez will lead things off. It'll be Perez, Leibel, and Shivani. Dons with a 3-run lead in the top of the third. Carter Hayne going deep, first time this year that Chase Hennessy has given up a home run. Parker comes back, delivers strike one. The Dons 5 runs on 2 hits. Off speed, just missing. And this is what we're talking about here. See this pitch? And that looks very similar to where that pitch came, the off speed in the last inning. Check swing, that looked like he went. Did he go? Wow. That is, that certainly looks like he offered. They call it a ball. 2-1. That pitch in there for a strike, 2-2. That one's certainly right down Broadway. 2-2, no one out. Perez chops it over to second. Easy play for Hashimoto. 1 gone in the top of the third. It'll bring up Evan Leibel. Leibel 1 for 5 yesterday, couple runs, RBI. Sophomore from Los Alamitos. Swinging at the first pitch, fouls this one back. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove. Leibel batting .267 on the season. Does have some pop, couple of home runs. Ashworth went yard earlier in this one, his 9th of the season. Leibel behind 0-2. And he lifts this one. This could be trouble. And it will drop in. 4-base hit. Well, we saw Palomar with some luck on their side yesterday, and this time it's Evan Leibel for Santa Ana. And unlucky for us, the chain link fence pole right in the way of our shot, but trust us when we say it was safely down for the Dons. So 1 out single. For Leibel, and here comes Mark Shivani. Strike 1. Shivani on the air, batting .306. He struck out 20 times, only walked 7, so he will get his hacks. Has gone yard 3 times. Some good power peppered throughout this lineup for Santa Ana. Saw Dembo go yard in the Santa Barbara series. Ryan Stock went yard yesterday. Stock had an inside the park home run in the Santa Barbara series as well. 1-1, that hits Mark Shivani. I'll bring up Kyle Morrell. Morrell pretty even in terms of walks and strikeouts. Pretty good ratio. 27 Ks, 26 walks, 3 home runs. Got 2 aboard here. First and second, only 1 out. And the control issues starting to plague Logan Parker. We saw that in the top of the second. And the Dons scored 4. Pushed their lead out to 5-0. And that lead shortened the next stanza for the Comets. As Carter Hayne went deep. Ball 1 on Kyle Morrell. Leibel at second, Shivani at first. This one lifted sky high. To center. Easy play for Ethan Ellis. And 2 gone. Here comes Dembo. Just never gets easy. Your opposing pitching staffs facing Santa Ana. Get some scores again from around the 3C2A. Day 2 of round 2. 2022 baseball playoffs. It will all culminate in Folsom Lake College on May 28th through the 30th, Memorial Day weekend. It'll be covered by Bay Area Online Sports Network. Jim Petromelli at the helm. We'll do our best to bring you coverage here in the South. Next week, we are in Bakersfield. The 0-1 fouled back. That one out of play for Lindemann. And it's quickly 0-2 on Brock Dembo. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, first and second for the Dons here in the top of the 3rd inning. Parker. Well, they had a design pitch out yesterday that Lindemann executed beautifully. There's Brock. 1-2 after the pitch out. That one off the mark. 2-2. Brock, sophomore from Brea Olinda. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Parker at the ready, delivers. That one down the third base line, but well handled by Carter Haynes, flashing the glove in addition to the power at the plate. And that'll end it for the Dons in the top of the 3rd. No runs, no errors, 2 left. We head to the bottom half of the inning, 5-2. Palomar coming up to bat. Hashimoto, Scott, and Tanner Lappin do up this inning for the Comets, trailing 5-2, bottom of the third. Chase Hennessy back on the bump. Delivers strike one. There is Bryson, freshman from Santa Fe Christian. The 0-1. This one lifted to left. Stock under it for out number one. I'll bring up Quincy Scott, the big man. For the Comets. One of those players looks pretty good getting off the bus. Guess what? He flashed a pretty good glove in left field. Ended yesterday's game. Nearly climbed the fence. Take away a home run from Ryan Stock, but it wasn't to be. Stock gets it out of here. Started off with a strike 0-1. Hennessy the windup in the pitch. 0-1 just low. Well, the strike at the knees has not been called here today. Fairly consistent. That one just a shade under the knee. So good job by Scott laying off 1-1. Hennessy delivers. Low again, ball two. Glendale a winner yesterday over El Camino at El Camino, and also up right now in the top of the third, 3-2. Vaqueros and the Warriors duke it out in Torrance. Saddleback up 2-0. Top of College of the Desert. That pitch also called a ball. So 3-1 now on Scott. What if you get the green light if you see something you like? Right back up the middle. Scott in through to center field for a base hit. So Scott with the green light on 3-1. Delivers a one-out base hit. I'm going to bring up Tanner Lappin. And Lappin was overmatched in these opening at bat by Chase Hennessy. And see if he can fare better here. There is Tanner, freshman from Del Norte High School. Scott was going on the pitch. That one popped up. Can't see it. It's going to be a force out. Lost it in the sun. You see there Cedric Perez losing it in the sun, able to recover and flick it over to second base. Lead runner is put out. Scott heads to the dugout. So two gone here. We'll bring up Zuba. Throw over. Didn't miss by much, that's for sure. Hennessy delivers strike one. Hennessy delivers strike two. That one right at the knees, and that pitch of beauty. Terrific location from Chase Hennessy. And he's quickly ahead 0-2 on Tanner Lappin. Struck out in his first at bat. Excuse me, this is Caden Zuba. Zuba did reach. This one popped up. Lappin was going. Lappin's at first. Apologies. It's a hot one here today at Don Snedden Field. Zuba behind 0-2, runner at first. 2 gone here, bottom of the 3rd inning. And Zuba fooled on that one. So we'll do 0-2 again. Hennessy checks a runner. Comes home. This one hit over through the hole at second base. They'll hold Lappin at second. First and second now. It's a great job of 2-strike hitting from Caden Zuba. And guess who's up? Carter Hain. He can tie things up right here, one swing of the bat. He's already gone yard, did so last inning in the bottom of the 2nd. An elevated fastball that he absolutely demolished in the left center. Off speed in there, strike one. Well, the low strike, or the low pitch, excuse me, has not been very forgiving from the home plate umpire. And this is a pitcher in Chase Hennessy who averages over 10 strikeouts per 9 in their strike 2. Back-to-back off speed from Hennessy. Does he go back to the slider? I'm assuming he will here. As Coach Tom Ellis said, this is out pitch. Expect to see a lot of them. Back-to-back from Hennessy. 3rd time's a charm. That one in the dirt. It looked like he slipped on that pitch. He lost his footing a little bit at the end. And you see Hennessy composing himself. The 1-2. This one hit in the right, tailing foul, and put away nicely by Kyle Morrell. Well, the Comets threaten. They get Hain aboard, or they get Hain to the plate with 2 on, but fouls out to right field, and that'll do it for the Comets in the bottom of the 3rd. We head to the 4th, 5-2. The Dons on top of the Comets. 3C2A playoff baseball here, round 2, day 2. Thomas Williams will lead things off here in the top of the fourth. Swinging at the first pitch, fouls it off. Oh and 1. It'll be Williams, Stock, and top of the order Thompson due up this inning. That pitch in there, strike 2. We'll get the scoreboard updated here for you shortly. It's 1 and 2. Parker deuces a ground ball from Williams over to second base. Hashimoto over to Lappin. 1 down. Here comes Ryan Stock. Ryan with a solo shot yesterday. 10-9 loss, fouls off the first pitch from Logan Parker. Parker settled down here. 5 runs on 3 hits, but most of those via the walk. Did walk home a run when the bases were loaded, then a wild pitch scored another run. When fouled back, it was Christian Thompson, I believe, forcing a play at first. That resulted in 2 runs scoring for the Dons. It's part of that 4-run top of the second. That sees them up 5-2 right now. Solo shot from Ashworth. Kyle at the top of the first. Swing and a miss. Or did he stay alive? He does. Stock fooled on that one, but does get a piece. And Lindemann unable to keep it in the glove. 0-2, high ball 1. This one hit into center field for a base hit. So Stock aboard, comes right back up the middle. And it's a 1-out single for Ryan Stock. There is Ryan. I'll bring up Christian Thompson. That pitch low, ball 1. There is the freshman from Cyprus. One-0 just outside. Not that far off, that's for sure. 2-0. Parker with a man at first. Deals low. 3-0. Oh, 3-run lead can evaporate very quickly. 3-0. Ball 4 in the dirt. Thompson aboard first and second now. 1 out. Top of the 4th inning, and the Dons threatening again. The 3C2A 2022 Softball Championships will be covered next week. We will be there here on SoCalCollegeSports.com in collaboration with Bay Area Online Sports Network. And Santa Ana, the Lady Dons have punched their ticket up to Bakersfield next week. 2-0 series win, winning 5-1 today over Long Beach City. Kyle Ashworth at the plate with 2 aboard. And Parker decidedly cautious in this at bat. This can get away from him in a hurry. If Ashworth can get a hold of another one. His 9th home run in the top of the first. Pitch up high. And Lindeman's going to come out and talk with his pitcher, looks like. There's Kyle. Freshman from Foothill High School. Brother of Brady Ashworth. Cedric Perez on deck. There is activity in the bullpen for Palomar. Should the Dons win here today, that'll force a Game 3 tomorrow. 12 o'clock start time. They should get some clarification from Cammie Lewis. Indeed, it will be noon tomorrow. The 2-0 on Ashworth. In there, strike one. Two, 1, strike two. In there from Parker. Pumps the fastball. First and second, Ashworth with an opportunity. 2-2 fouled back. Ashworth fooled on that one, but manages to stay alive as Parker goes off speed. First time we've seen both teams shut out in the third. Two, this one lifted, but playable. That one taken by the shortstop, Eric Larson. 2 away.
Second baseman, number 12, Cedric Perez.
Here comes Cedric Perez. Still 2 aboard. Dons with an opportunity to add to their lead here. There is the sophomore from Fountain Valley. And that one will hit him. Parker struggling again with his control. It's been a common theme here today for Logan. And that'll load him up for Evan Leibel. Another opportunity for the Dons to break it wide open. Remember, yesterday, 11 left on base for Santa Ana in a 1-run loss. Only 4 left on base for Palomar, so timely hitting for the Comets led Palomar to the win on day one. And the Dons can ill afford to miss out on opportunities such as this right here. It's Leibel ahead 1-0. The base is loaded. Top of the fourth. 2 gone. Parker. Leibel down the line. This should clear him. It goes under the gate. This will be a ground rule double. Leibel coming home, but likely this one coming back. Not entirely sure. What the call is here. Well, we see Jack Sanders put up his hands and say, this is a ground rule double. We see the umpire head out to go see what's going on. That's going to do it for Logan Parker. We'll have a pitching change. 7-2, the Dons on top of the Comets. Leibel comes through with the bases juiced. Should be second and third when we come back. New pitcher, freshman Christian Wood from University City, will take over for Logan Parker. Second and third, 2 gone, and 2 across here, courtesy of Evan Leibel with a ground rule double. Thompson and Ashworth come home. Perez at third, Leibel at second. Here's Mark Schiavone. 0-1, outside, ball 1. There is Mark. Mark lifts this one into center field. Playable. Ellis will record the third out. Here at the top of the fourth, but Dons get 2. They extend the lead back to 5, 7-2. Santa Ana, top of Palomar. You're watching 3C2A baseball playoff coverage here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Larson, Ellis, and Lindemann due up this inning for the Comets. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Two across in the top half of the inning for the Dons. They lead it 7-2. Here on day 2, the 3C2A Round 2 baseball playoffs. The winner gets the winner of College of the Desert and Saddleback. Saddleback up right now 3-0 last we checked. The 0-1 in there for a ball. 1-1. There is Larson. In there, strike 2 on the 1-1 pitch. A beauty from Chase Hennessy. The 1-2 coming from Hennessy. High ball 2. Chase changes the eye level. Sandwiches served table side from Mary Haggerty, and special thanks to the entire staff here at Santa Ana College. Cammie Lewis, Sports Information Director, his beautiful wife, Vanessa, as well helping out. Mary Haggerty, Athletic Director, Denise Bailey, Dean of Athletics, and of course, the Chairman of the Hall of Fame Committee and the Foundation here at Santa Ana College, Ken Purcell, allowing us to bring you coverage. 2-2 in there for a ball, so 3-2 now on Larson. That one hit over to third. Easy play made by Williams. That'll bring up Ethan Ellis. There is Ethan. First pitch, high, ball 1. Ellis, a freshman from Rancho Bernardo. Outside, ball 2. That one bunted. Williams over to first. And he's going to be safe. That's a terrific bunt laid down by Ethan Ellis. Tough play for Williams to come over and make that. It's a bunt single. Now the top of the order. Devlin Lindemann. An opportunity to strike right back here for the Comets. This one lifted to center. Playable for Ashworth. Calls everybody out and collects second out here in the bottom of the fourth. Lindemann was 0 for 1 up to that point, now 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here comes Jack Sanders, also 0 for 2 today. Sanders now the batter. Still with a man at first. It's Ellis, swing and a miss. big hack there from Jack Sanders. Another big cut for Sanders. High heat unavailable. 0-2, 2 gone, man at first. Hennessy in control. Looking for his third strikeout. That one fouled back. Coming right to our camera. That was a close call for our cameraman, Sammy. He's okay. We'll do the 0-2 again. And Chase Hennessy. Well, Hennessy just went Willie Beeman. And you wonder if the heat is an issue here. Chase has got to let it out. Cut away here. Well, the heat can be problematic. Chase is his first time throwing in a couple weeks here. Seemingly in control and unfazed up to that point. Then, well, breakfast came up early. Still ahead in the count. Facing a very dangerous Jack Sanders. 2 on. Throw over. And Hennessy trying to compose himself. He's gone 3 2/3. Obviously, it's a big moment, a big situation for the Dons. They do not want to go into that bullpen early with day 3 on the horizon here. 5-run lead in the 4th inning on day 2. It's win or go home for Santa Ana. Hennessy, the 0-2. Chopped right back to him. Emphatic play made by Chase Hennessy. Battles the stomach bug and able to get out of the 4th. Gives a little something back to Jack Sanders. And there's Chase fired up. Top of the 5th coming up, 7-2 Dons on top of the Comets. You are watching 3C2A playoff baseball coverage here on SoCal College Sports. would be Kyle Morrell, followed by Brock Dembo. Thomas Williams due up this inning for the Dons. Up 7-2. And how about Chase Hennessy? And the kid's battling right now. Has his team in position, and that one hits Morrell. And I wonder if that was maybe a bit of a code red there after the show of aggression from Chase Hennessy. To end the fourth inning. Wood hits the first two batters. And I wonder if we're going to see a warning here. We go back to the end of last inning. And Hennessy fired up, obviously, after recording the final out of the inning. And Wood comes back immediately and doinks the first two batters. Here comes Thomas Williams, first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Wood steps off. Dembo at first. Morrell at second. This one fouled off. Oh, and 1 on Thomas. Williams over 1 today. Throw over to second. Checking Morrell. Morrell back safely. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove, actually, from Thomas Williams. So Wood quickly ahead 0-2. Get the numbers on Wood here on the season. (0-2) coming from Wood. This one into left field for a base hit. They're going to wave home Morrell. Play at the plate? No. Lindemann unable to hang on to it. The throw gets there in time. But Lindemann unable to hold on. And it's 8-2 RBI single for Thomas Williams. Here comes Ryan Stock. It doesn't get any easier here. Christian Wood. Off speed in there for a strike, 0-1. Still nobody out. We're in the top of the fifth. Dons padding their lead 8-2 now. Stock offers to bunt at that one. It'll be 0-2. There's Williams, who delivered an RBI single on an 0-2 pitch. Runners at second and third. First two batters of this inning plunked. Denbo and Morrell. Morrell has already come around to score. The throw, a pretty good one from Quincy Scott in left field, but Linneman unable to hang on to it. 0-2 fouled back. We'll do it again. This one fouled off as well. Pretty good contact there from Stock, and we've seen him make good contact this season. Short sample size, but he's gone yard. He went so yesterday. He had an inside the park home run in the series versus Santa Barbara as well. So he's got some power, got some speed on the base pass. He's behind right now, 0-2. Winner go home for the Dons. Wood comes to, off speed outside, 1-2. He wastes one there. You see Ryan Stock, freshman from Servite. In the left field, down the line, this should score two. Bobbled in left field. 2 RBI single for Ryan Stock. Just sits on the 1-2 here and laces it down the left field line. It was bobbled by Scott out and left. And the dugout fired up. 10-2, the Dons into double digits. Here comes the top of the order, Christian Thompson, to the plate. Runner advances. Williams trickles one over to second. Hashimoto over to first in time. Another runner in scoring position here for the Dons. Here comes Kyle Ashworth. Ashworth 1 for 3 today with an RBI, and that courtesy of the home run. Top of the first. Started off with the ball 1-0. That one low and away. So 2-0. Still only one out. 3 across in the top of the fifth. Again, shades of last week versus Santa Barbara on day 2. An emphatic win for the Dons in their sweep. Should they win game 2, we'll have game 3 tomorrow at noon from Don Sneddon Field. Back at it again. It's 3-0. Kyle Ashworth. The bat heavily on the shoulder. Stays there. Strike one. There is some activity in the bullpen for Palomar. Three and one on Kyle Ashworth. Off-speed ball 4 low. First and second. First base open, maybe not the worst idea to issue the walk to Kyle Ashworth. It's going to bring up Cedric Perez, who's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Does have an 0 RBI. There is Cedric. First pitch off speed, low. Wood at the ready. 1-0. This one into right field. Hold the runner. Bases are loaded yet again. Might that do it for Christian Wood? Two-thirds pitched, 3 earned. Here comes Evan Leibel. Leibel, 2 for 3 with a couple ribbies. Chance right here to continue the tidal wave of runs for the Dons. We're at the top of the 5th, 3 already across. They lead at 10-2. That first pitch fouled back from Evan Leibel. Oh, 1 outside. Wood still struggling with control. Both pitchers today for the Comets struggling with the tight strike zone from the home plate up. Logan Parker got the start, and he was issued the door fairly early in this one. 1-1 fouled off by Leibel. 1-2. Memory serves, it was a two-strike hit that brought home 2 runs last inning for Evan. A similar spot here behind 1 and 2 against Wood. It's a good job by Leibel staying alive. Was fooled on that one. You see him just really throw the bat at the pitch. Stays alive, we'll do 1 and 2 again. One, 2 down the line, third baseline. Force at second, no double play. Run will score. First and third. So tack on another one. 11-2. The Dons firmly in control in this one. 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th here now. 2 in the 4th, 4 in the 2nd, and the solo shot at the top of the 1st by Kyle Ashworth. 11-2. Palomar did scratch out across a couple in the bottom of the 2nd. Swing and a miss. Carter Hain with the 2-run shot. Shivani, now the batter. Pitch outside. May very well be the last batter here for Christian Wood. Two and 1 on Shivani. Swing and a miss. Big hack there from Mark. 2 and 2. Don's 11 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. 2 runs, 5 hits. Palomar had 14 hits yesterday. They were lighting up that machine like a pinball yesterday. Route to the 10-9 win. That one flat out. It says there's 1 out on the scoreboard, but there was 2. 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 left. 11-2, the Dons in the driver's seat into the bottom half of the 5th inning. We're watching 3C2A playoff baseball here on SoCal College Sports. Well, he's a gamer. Chase Hennessy back out on the mound for the Dons. It'll be Hashimoto, Scott, and Lappin. Check swing from Hashimoto. 0-1. Four innings pitched, 2 earned, 2 Ks, 2 base on balls. This one lifted into the gap. And this one's out of here. The ball carrying out to left center, and that's exactly where it goes for Bryson Hashimoto. It's left the fastball up. Hashimoto jacks it out of here. 11-3. Now the score. I'm going to bring up Quincy Scott. Scott started off with strike 1. It was an elevated fastball to Carter Hayne, and right there, Hennessy leaves a cookie that Hashimoto absolutely gobbles up. 2-run shot back in the bottom of the second. Now a solo shot. Scott lifts this one to center field. This one tailing away in center, but a nice job by Ashworth on his horse. Put away the out. Pretty good contact made, but that's a great jump there for Ashworth to make the play in the gap. One gone. One and 0 on Tanner Lappin. 0 for 2 today. Make it 1 for 3. That one down the line. Extra bases likely for Tanner. And Tanner's going to hold up as Ryan Stock able to get there in time. We talked about the wheels for Stock, and he's able to cut that ball off from getting to the wall, and that was well hit down the line by Lappin, where it's 1 out single for Tanner. Here comes Caden Zuba. Caden Zuba 1 for 1 today, showing bunt. Pulls back, 1-0. Well, a couple of hit batters at the top of the 5th lead to 4 runs for the Dons. Top half of that inning. They lead it big here, 11-3. Even after the couple bombs here today for the Comets. 2 in the bottom of the 2nd. Carter Hain and then Bryson Hashimoto going deep earlier in the inning to lead things off. Runner at first. It's Lappin. This one lifted to left. And Stock unable to get there in time. Ashworth throws home. Runner being waved to home. There will be no play. And this one hit well into the gap. That's a great effort there from Ryan Stock, but unable to come up with it. See Lappin digging hard. He'll score the 4th run of the ball game for the Comets. Still down by 7. We'll have a visit to the mound. Well, last inning, Chase Hennessy was battling a bit of a stomach bug. Here comes Carter Hain. Hain went deep earlier in the 2nd. One for 2, 2 RBIs. Hain yesterday went 0 for 1 with a strikeout and run scored. 8 hits on the board today for Palomar. 14 yesterday. 22 hits, yet they find themselves down by 7 in this one. It's not over yet. We're at the bottom of the 5th. Off speed in the dirt. 1-0. Get some score updates from around the 3C2A. Glendale up 4-3 in the top of the 6th over El Camino. Cypress up big on Riverside, looking to force a Game 3 in that series. Battle of Orange Empire Conference foes. Hain goes opposite with this one. Twisting foul. It's a ball that could have been trouble, but the wind is carrying from left to right. We saw that in the Hashimoto home run. Saddleback in the bottom of the 7th, up 5-1. Folsom Lake will host the 3C2A Baseball Championship, Memorial Day weekend. The 3C2A, and they are in the hunt, looking for a berth and a ticket up to their home school. Currently up 5-0 on Butte. Shout out to David Silverstein. One of the very talented sports information directors throughout the state of California in the 3C2A. The 2-1 just missing for Hennessy. Didn't miss by much, that's for sure. That's tough. It's 3-1 on Carter Hayne. Runner at second. That's lifted foul. Caden Zubitz at second. That one swing and a miss from Hayne. Down via the K. Hennessy fools him with the slider. Man, look at the movement on that pitch. Let's see it from behind how that tails away for the right-handed batter. That starts in the middle of the table, then absolutely drops off at an angle. It's tough to deal with for sure. We'll bring up Eric Larson, 0 for 2 today. 2 gone now. Again, pitch not being called a strike. Libo, good job trying to frame that up, but it was a little low. Just below the knees. One 0, chop foul. One, 2 out here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Chase Hennessy. He's gone 4 2/3, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. This is a pitcher that averages over 10 strikeouts per 9. And they have the runner leaning the wrong way, but nearly a beautiful play made by Brock Dembo at short. Sneaking in behind Caden Zuba. Zuba back safely. Still 1-1 on Larson. Pitch high. 2-1. Watch this broadcast live at our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. Also on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. And next week, we will feature the 3C2A Softball Championship up at Bakersfield. And the Lady Dons punched their ticket earlier today with a 5-1 win over Long Beach City. It's a sweep for the Lady Dons, and they win their regional, their super regional, and they're headed up to BC, Bakersfield College. 3-1 on Larson. Hennessy battling there. Swing and a miss. Off speed of beauty there, located perfectly from Hennessy. Count now full. There is Eric Larson. The 3-2. Runner going. Foul back. We'll do the 3-2 all over again. Foul back from Eric Larson. Third second. 3-2, fouled back again. That went straight back, and Larson didn't miss that one by much. "91 pitches for Chase Hennessy. Hennessy steps off, checks a runner. Pretty deceptive moves for the starting pitching for the Dons. This one lifted to left. Stock headed over in foul territory. Can't make the play to get out of the inning. And the sun has been a factor here today. It's moving. I wonder if the sun maybe got him on that one. It's a third straight pitch fouled off. The 3-2. There goes the runner. And Hennessy chases him down. You see there as Hennessy gets out of the inning, tags. I believe that was Eric Larson. No, excuse me. That was Caden Zuba, who gets tagged out to end the inning. 2 runs come across. The lead shortened to 7, but 11-4. The Dons in the driver's seat in this one. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. New pitcher Kyle Morrell. Swinging at the first pitch. First out recorded here in the top of the 6th. Dons lead it 11-4. Jack Kelly, new pitcher. Dembo rudely greets Kelly with a 1-out single here in the top of the 6th. I'll bring up Thomas Williams. Williams 1 for 2 today with an RBI. There's Dembo at first. See Coach Tom Nellis talk about the situation here. I wonder if we're looking at a hit and run here. That ball in the dirt from Kelly. Again in the dirt, 2-0. High ball 3. It's been an unforgiving strike zone for both pitchers. But Hennessy has been able to navigate it a little bit more carefully. He has given up 4 earned. He's gone 5. Ball 4. 4 straight pitches from Jack Kelly. 2 aboard now. Top of the 6th, 1 gone. I'll bring up Ryan Stock. There is the freshman from Servite. 2 for 2 today, 3 RBIs. Kelly looks in, delivers, and takes it back. Swing and a miss. Beautiful off speed from Jack Kelly. 0-1. Don's looking to respond here in the top of the 6th. They've scored in every inning except for the 3rd. Stock lifts this one to center field. Routine play made for Ethan Ellis. And that'll bring up the DH today, our leadoff man for the Dons, Christian Thompson. He's got 2 aboard, now 2 gone. That one in the dirt. That's going to move the runners. That looked like a wild pitch. Second and third now. 1-0. That pitch low as well. Thompson with 2 RBIs, 0 for 3 today. Two RBIs coming on a bang-bang play. At first, he was nearly safe, trying to leg out an infield ball. That pitch in there, strike 1. Game being brought to you by the Hall of Fame Foundation here at Santa Ana College. Proud sponsor of Don Athletics. It's a great job by Lindemann staying in front. Another run 90 feet away. for Santa Ana. Well, this is a team in Palomar that came back on day 2. They scored 5 runs versus Pasadena City en route to the sweep at home in the opening round of the playoffs last week. And we saw yesterday they can put up some crooked numbers. They put up 8 in the top of the 6th. So you want to take advantage of as many opportunities as possible if you're the Dons. They got second and third, 2 outs against Jack Kelly. Christian Thompson can add to his RBI total on the day. Here's the 3-2. In the dirt, ball 4, and that'll load him up. And here comes the big bat in the lineup for the Dons, Kyle Ashworth. Went yard in the top of the first. Nearly walked it off yesterday. First pitch on Kyle. And there's strike 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 0-1 on Kyle. Ashworth facing Jack Kelly. That one off the mark, just barely. Man, look at some of these pitches. I just don't know where they're missing. One in the dirt. Again, Lindemann with a big block. Stays in front of it. 2-1. 15 pitches. In this inning for Jack Kelly thus far. He's got him loaded. 2-1. Here's an out away from getting out of the inning, but Kyle Ashworth stands in his way. That's a big hurdle in this lineup for the Dons. Again, that one just off the mark. 3-1 now. And does Ashworth have the green light? I wouldn't suspect that he does with the Dons up by 7. Who knows? He does. And sends this one into right field for a base hit. Couple runs will come across. No play at the plate. Ashworth will get to second base. And Kyle Ashworth, a couple more RBIs on the day. He's now 2 for 4 with 3 ribbies. And takes the 3-1 pitch with emphasis into right field. 13-4. The Dons tack on a couple more here in the top of the 6th. 10th hit of the day for Santa Ana. Here comes Ced Perez. One and one. Check swing, and didn't look like he went round. He didn't. 2-1. That went in there for strike 2. This is Wild on the scoreboard. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it for the Dons. A couple more come across. 13-4, Santa Ana in control. play here. Check one. Check, check. Check, 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 check one. Having some issues with our mics here. Everything's resolved. What the heck of a play made here. One gone, bottom of the sixth. This one well hit to center field. Ashworth on his way back to the warning track. That one given a ride, it comes up short. Ethan Ellis dropped by Kyle Ashworth, and Ashworth is shining here today.
I'm now 8 years in there.
With a home run and a double. Takes care of that one for out number 2. Chase Hennessy battling on the mound here today for the Dons. He's up by 9. Manuel Niebla warming up at the bullpen. Got word during the break. Eric Larson now the batter. Excuse me, this is Lindemann. Top of the order. Dangerous bat, but you see that one. May stay on the right field line. Dangerous bat, but it's nice to see nobody on base if he does. Stand up that one for Denver.
Right fielder, number 12, Jack Sanders.
Two down, bottom of the sixth. Bring up Sanders. Jack Sanders. Second biggest bat lineup for the Comets. And scoring position here. And for the Comets, you just need to think chip away. It's certainly what 100 pitches. 100 pitches. Chase Hennessy just hit the 100 pitch one. This might be the last at it. 4 Chase. Where Tony Alton alongside Cam Lewis. Orange Empire Conference SIDs. Check swing for a strike from Sanders. 1-1. Sanders 0 for 3 today. Hennessy's gone 5 2/3, 4 earned, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks.
No, he got
Battling a bit of a stomach bug. Heave ho a couple times. I believe that was in the 5th. Get out of the jam. This one broke in left field. Gonna hold the runner. Gets to stop a little too quickly. Lindemann at third. Sanders at first. Might this do it here for Chase Hennessy?
second baseman, number 9, Bryson Hashimoto.
Have a visit to the mound. Looking over that way. See how big wants to give it up for this one. But gotta say beyond postseason. Likely getting Saddleback next week should the scores not change. Last we checked, it was 3-0 at Saddleback, and they had already won on day 1, so it's win, and they host top seed East. Saddleback Bobcats. Dan Foss, athletics right there from the Athletics at Saddleback College. And digging out here for Chase Hennessy. Manuel Diablo. Some details of the new pitcher. check one, check one. Emmanuel Niebla, the new pitcher, will relieve Chase Hennessy, who went 5 2/3. And Niebla comes into a situation right now, 1st and 3rd, 2 gone. Here comes Bryson Hashimoto, who went yard his last time up. Niebla on the season, his 16th appearance. A pitch outside, ball 1. Back to the numbers on Niebla. He's pitched 19 2/3 innings. He's 2-0 on the season. 16 strikeouts to 4 walks with an ERA of 4.12. One-0 in there, strike 1, off speed. Well, Chase Hennessy battled in this one. And has the Dons in position to host day 3 of round 2 in the 3C2A baseball playoffs. 1-1 lifted to the gap, right center. Ashworth on his way back, makes the play. Kyle Ashworth again flashes the glove in center. Look at the ground he makes up there. That one tailing away from him when the wind blowing out to right center, and Ashworth tracks it down. And the Comets come away scoreless in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th, 13-4, the Dons in the driver's seat. We hit at the top of the 7th, 13-4. Evan Leibel will lead things off, swinging at the first pitch from Jack Kelly. Flies out, foul to Quincy Scott. And that is not Scott. Is that? No, that is Quincy. Oh. switch is right there. Plug that in for him. That'll bring up Shivani. Shivani ahead in the count, 2-0. 2-0 in there for strike one. The Dons with the timely hitting today, 13 runs on 10 hits. 10 hits on the board today for Palomar. Another big day at the plate, but only 4 runs to show for it. There is Mark Shivani, sophomore from Servite. His brother Matt, a pitcher. A 2-2. And the swing goes, but Shivani's going to get to first. That one gets past Lindemann. So it's a strikeout, but Shivani will take first.
Right fielder number 3, Palomar.
I don't need a place to plug it in. This isn't plugged in. These are all taken out. Obviously, I don't want to plug it in.
It's Kyle Morrell. Morrell with a man on first. And Shivani after the pass ball.
I'll take over for a second if you want. Or just go between half innings. It's fine too.
Go ahead. Joined by Jeff Stoyanov here in the booth, and Jeff had the call earlier today, a 5-1 win for the Lady Dons, who punched their ticket up to Bakersfield. And Jeffrey, an impressive 2-week showing here by the Lady Dons.
Man, oh man, they have been lights out from the start, and it was another fairly one-sided win. It was 5-1, and Emily Rosehouse was dominating again.
And this one from Morrell into center field will move up Shivani, first and second, 1 out, and here comes Brock Denbo. And Denbo fairly quiet here today, had a big week last weekend versus Santa Barbara.
It included a home run, if memory serves.
Yes, it serves correctly. Had that on Twitter. A chance here to bring home a couple more, and, well, we were saying yesterday it was an 8-run top of the 6th inning for Palomar, so they certainly have the bats in their lineup to spell trouble for a big inning, but obviously down by 9 right now. It's a tall order, but things can change on the drop of a hat here in the 3C2A, and especially with the heat. You know, it's 90-plus here today. It can certainly be a factor.
Well, we almost saw that yesterday when the Dons came all the way back.
They were down 10-2, I believe, at one point,
and had the tying run and winning run on base in the bottom of the ninth.
It was Kyle Ashworth who nearly walked it off, ended up flying out in foul territory to Quincy Scott, who made a terrific play on the ball to end the ball game. Ashworth comes back today in the top of the first after they flipped the scoreboard, goes yard with a solo shot in the top of the first. So he struck first blood today, got a couple more via stand-up double. And he's really been the bright spot, including making some spectacular plays out in center field. I believe he's on his way to be a dirtbag at Long Beach State. I might have heard that. Might have heard incorrectly. Of course, our stats and hearsay unofficial.
It's a rare context where you're allowed to call someone a dirtbag.
Well, that's one of them.
Right? You wouldn't be able to get away with that under most circumstances, but this is one time. It's perfectly all right.
That's true. It's 1-2 on Denbo. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. This gets past Lindemann again. Lindemann throw over to first. He's off the bag. Well, the runners had come back, so it does not matter. Is that a double play?
Yeah, all kinds of confusion.
I have no idea what just happened. It was a strike him out and then a force out at first.
Well, luckily you got the 7th inning stretch to gather yourself.
All right. Well, I'll go get a Cracker Jack box and meet you back for the bottom of the 7th. 13-4 Dons in front of Palomar.
Bring it up. Quincy Scott will lead things off in the bottom of the 7th for the Comets, who trail at 13-4. Emmanuel Niebla back on the mound to start his 2nd inning, bouncing ball to 3rd. And the throw across in time for out number 1. Took a hop up for Williams, but he came up with it cleanly and went across for out number 1. 1 down, last of the 7th. First pitch from Niebla in for a strike. Tanner Lappin at the plate. Line drive down the left field line. This is in for a hit. Little trouble out in left field. And Lappin gonna hold at first with a base hit. Ryan Stock, a little trouble coming up with it, but able to corral it. Lappin thought about second, but thinks better of it. Comets down 9. They need base runners, not extra bases. So Lappin gonna hold it first. One down, a runner at first. Niebla ready, first offering. On the outside corner for strike 1. Caden Zuba from Temescal Canyon High School. At the plate, here's the 0-1 breaking ball. Line drive, that's a base hit. Zuba follows up the Lappin single with a single of his own. 2 on, 1 out. The Comets, in one of those scoring oddities, have actually out-hit the Dons today, 12-11. Despite the one-sided score on the other side, 13-4 in favor of Santa Ana. It's not just the number, it's when they come. And the Comets, with just 4 on the board, trailing this one big, but you have to imagine that this still gives the Comets a measure of confidence as they look ahead potentially to playing tomorrow. And they know that they can get to this Dons pitching staff and they'll have their opportunities to put runs on the board, and that certainly gives you a lot of confidence as you look ahead to a potential Game 3. So the number could still be significant even if the Dons hold on here. 1-0. In for a strike. Carter Hain comes to Palomar out of Arizona.
Hain went yard earlier in this one. 2-run shot back in the bottom of the 2nd. Hain goes to the wall on this one. This is going to score at least one. Carter Hain with a stand-up RBI double will cut the lead to 13-5.
Up in the zone, a little out over the plate. And it's a good piece of hitting by Hain. Rather than trying to pull this ball, he takes it where it's pitched, out to right center, gives it a ride. Also helps that it's into the jet stream that is Don Snedden Field and
exactly
out right
right.
center. And that ball carries all the way to the wall. And the Comets continue to string hits together. And as you alluded to, Mike, last inning, 13-5, yes, but you have the feeling this one's far from over. You could see runs in bunches quickly here.
Yeah, we saw Niebla yesterday, and obviously the heat factor yesterday, even more so today. The leash might be a little short here for Emmanuel. There were some other pitchers up in the bullpen when I walked over there in between innings. So, as you said, Jeff, this is this has the makings of possibly a big number on the scoreboard. Hope you had the over. It was 10-9 yesterday. We're already at 18 runs. For informational purposes only, of course.
Right. Nobody bets on these things. We're playing in Santa Ana. Of course I had the over. I know, Mike, that you had the over, but you had it as part of a 7-team parlay with a bunch of with a bunch of other games and
pays out Monopoly money.
It was a baseball, softball combined parlay.
I had the Bundesliga as well.
Let me tell you something. If you could put together that wager, somebody would take it.
I tell you what, if there was a pickleball wager, you'd probably put one on there.
I can't bet on myself. It's true. Can I fade myself?
I'm sure you can. If you're Pete Rose, you would.
Now, come on.
Is that blasphemy on a baseball broadcast?
Pete only bet on the Reds.
It's fair. We need to get Bones on here.
Right.
Tony Barbone, longtime color commentator at the 3C2A baseball championships up in Fresno the last few years that we were able to do it through 2016 through 19 of the last year there.
I think we should, at the very least, be allowed to drive Bones up to Sacramento and have him still be part of the broadcast.
Why do that? Why do that when you just bring him in remote?
That's true. I know that's what he would prefer.
That one fouled back. Larson from Sage Creek High School, Carlsbad, California, 5'10" freshman.
And in the last of the seventh in this situation, the focus still has to be on the batter.
Yeah.
You got two runners on. If you can get out of it without allowing them to score, that's so much the better. But at this point, it's still with an 8-run lead, I should say. It's trade runs for outs.
Larson chops this one foul. We'll do 1 and 2 again. Only one gone in the bottom of the seventh. Second and third. Carter Hain at second. Caden Zuba at third. One across here via the RBI double from Hain. His second extra base hit today. Niebla looks in, ahead in the count, 1 and 2. Delivers, and this one fouled again. Niebla visibly frustrated. A little deja vu, 1 and 2. Niebla low and away.
And Eric Larson on the other side of the coin is in a must-make contact situation
Absolutely.
here. Got to find a way to put this one in play, at least keep the runners moving, get another run across.
The stakes high in this one, win or go home for the Dons, but up by 8 right now. But Palomar threatening. Larson chops it foul again, this time to the strong side. Williams comes over to cut it off, but it's foul. Both players battling here. Larson staying alive with 2 strikes. It was down 1-2. Now evens it up at 2-2. Trying to bring home Suba at third and Haney at second. With only 1 out. 2-2. Chopped over to second. This should score a run. Routine play made by Ced Perez. Over to Shivani. 2 down. 13-6 now.
Larson does indeed avoid the strikeout. Gets it on the ground on the right side.
Another visit to the mound from the pitching staff for Santa Ana, and that should do it for Emmanuel Niebla. New pitcher when we come back here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the 7th. Palomar threatening, trailing by 7. Jamie Urban steps onto the mound for the Dons. Runner at third. That's Hain. He's going to face Ethan Ellis. Ellis gave it a ride his last time up. But comes up empty. Kyle Ashworth tracking it down in center field. Ellis started off with a strike. Strike 2, 0-2 now. Ellis quickly in the hole. Check swing.
It's a good 0-2 pitch from Urban. Keeps it well low and inside, but still almost got Ellis to offer at it.
It was close, but I think upon further review, it was definitely a non-offering at it. 1-2.
See if he set him up for something away. No,
1-2.
back inside.
He goes inside. Did that hit him? It did. Well, Urban, when we were watching the warm-ups, I had mentioned off camera here, Jeff, that he was struggling with his control, and that one comes inside, gets the back heel of Ethan Ellis, and here comes the big bat in the lineup.
That's tough for Urban and the Dons because the first 3 pitches were darn near perfect from Urban. A couple of strikes, good setup pitch. He's got him 1 and 2, and then that pitch just completely gets away from him, and he ends up putting him on. Couple on now for the Comets.
Devlin Lindemann, 15 home runs on the season for the Comets. One of the best hitters in the 3C2A with an opportunity here to close the gap for the Comets. Urban delivers ball 1. First and third, already 2 across here in the bottom of the 7th, and Palomar with signs of life here. Don Sneddon field looking to sweep here on day 2. Dons with other plans. We've reached yesterday's run total. That went outside, and Jeff, I know you were at softball earlier, but throughout the day, it's been a pretty tight strike zone from the home plate up.
And Urban might feel a tendency with such a dangerous hitter to try and nibble.
And he just needs to come right at Devlin. And there's the fastball pump for strike 2 and 1. It's a great spot here from Jimmy Urban. See the tailing action from the outside in. There's Jimmy. Throw over to first. I believe Jimmy is listed at 6'8", if memory serves. He's a big boy. .68", 225 pounds from Orange Lutheran. Olu. Behind 2 and 1. Lindemann. The force at second. Routine grounder, and that'll do it for the threat in the bottom of the 7th. But the Comets come up with 2. They trail it 13-6. We head to the 8th inning. Dons still in control. Thomas Williams going to lead things off for the Dons here in the top of the 8th, up by 7 runs, looking to force day 3 of round 2 of the 3C2A baseball playoffs, 2022 edition. And back to a point that we've made throughout the broadcast, the Lady Dons have punched their ticket to next week up in Bakersfield with a 5-1 win today and a sweep of Long Beach, back-to-back sweeps. Best of 3 series, ABC last week, Long Beach City this week, and they are headed up north. And Jeff, Star pitcher is Emily Rosas.
Emily Rosas, and did it in the circle and at the plate. It was a tremendous performance in all phases of the game, but the Dons have been impressive, but it figures to get even tougher from here, and they've got some good teams still to face.
And we have a new pitcher, Trent Lopez, on the mound for the Comets. He's behind 2-0 on Williams. Make it 3-0. Thomas, 5'9", freshman from Ocean View in Huntington Beach, California. Local product. Well, don't expect to see any of the top end arms in the bullpen unless this one gets close for Palomar. And this one inside, ball 4. Nearly another hit batter. We've seen a few hit batters here today.
Ideally for both these teams, you're looking ahead to tomorrow and you want to preserve the rotation as you see it getting ready for tomorrow, and you don't want to have to make a move on either side.
Going to bring up Stock. Ryan, speedy on the base paths and in the outfield. Left fielder.
Mike, I imagine the coaches are pretty happy with the best-of-3 format versus the double elimination format that was the case once upon a time, and that was
the Super Regional.
Yeah, got very tricky in terms of handling your pitching staff, and we have had the great pleasure to cover the championship over the last several years, and it's an interesting format. By the time you get to the final day, sometimes it's beyond all hands on deck.
When you say interesting, do you mean brutal?
Depending on who you ask, I would say the word can apply.
That pitch high, the 1-1, make it 2-1 from Lopez. Runner at first is Williams. 13 hits on the board for Palomar. 13 runs for the Dons on 11 hits. In there for strike 2. Evened up now, 2-2. Both players looking in to the dugout for the sign. Williams. Nibbles forward on the 2-2, and this one chopped over to first. Stock with a lot of speed down the line ends up legging it out to preserve it to just a 1-out grounder. Williams out at second. Fielder's choice for Stock, who's at first, and here comes, we're going to have a pinch hitter. Looks like we will. Austin Haller. And he's going to hit for Christian Thompson. Saw Haller last week, freshman from Sonora High School. Sonora High School, it's and Sonora, I remember Ken used to be a baseball powerhouse back in my day, which was a long time ago.
Not as long ago as some of the rest of our days.
You make a fair point. 1-0 on Haller. You got Stock at first base, one gone here, top of the 8th. Palomar down to their final 6 outs. Margin of error very thin here, down by 7. That one in there from Lopez for a strike, 1-1. Well, Jeff, early in this one, you had the idea it was going to be a high-scoring game, considering how tight the strike zones were. Both pitchers, the starting pitchers today, visibly frustrated with the strike zone and some of the called strikes, or the non-called strikes, if you will, that looked very close. And obviously, you just have to adjust and battle. And Chase Hennessy, they call him Henny, was able to get the best of Logan Parker. And right now the Dons up 13-6. We're in the 8th. Haller now behind 1-2 after the foul tip, and this one chopped back up the middle. Double play ball possibly. Haller able to leg it out. No, he's not. 6-4-3. That'll do it for the Dons in the 8th. Head to the bottom half of the inning. 13-6, Santa Ana. This is Jack. It'll be Sanders, Hashimoto, and Scott Dew up this inning for the Comets, trailing by 7, 6 out away. Chasing 7. If you remember yesterday, the Dons were chasing 4 going into the 9th. And the main objective here through the meat of the order for Palomar, chip away. Sanders now quickly behind 0-2 to Jimmy Urban.
And the mandate, a simple one for Urban. Come on, challenge these hitters, throw strikes, and get the Dons to tomorrow.
This one slapped foul. Do the 0-2 again. And at this point, don't get cute with it.
Looks to me like Urban, that might be more of a four-seam fastball that works back to his arm side. One and two on Sanders. Urban from the belt. Back up the middle, ranging far to his left, and the throw not in time to get Sanders. That was a long way to go for Brock Denbo. And Sanders hustling down the line and able to beat it easily. Infield hit gets things started in the bottom of the 8th for the Comets. Trail at 13-6. That'll bring up Hashimoto. First pitch low and inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Hashimoto.
Hashimoto with a home run back the bottom of the 5th. One-0. Sanders on with a leadoff infield single. Pretty good pitch there from Urban. Sanders able to fight it off over to the hit. 2-0, and this one hit well into right field. 4-base hit.
Well, a good piece of hitting from Hashimoto. Able to hit that ball hard, take it the other way. And again for the Comets, you can't hit a 7-run home run. So make contact, get yourself on base.
Yep.
Try and create the big inning.
Here comes Quincy Scott, big man. And you figure with the long levers that Quincy Scott has, 6'5", up against a 6'8" Jimmy Urban on the mound for the Dons. And Scott showing bunt, catches everybody off guard. A lot of speed down the line. Leibel over to first, but the sac bunt laid down. A beauty from Quincy Scott. Second and third now, only one gone. We're in the bottom of the 8th.
And I think you were on it, Mike. Scott moves the runners over here. But in this situation, you got to believe that he was trying to get himself on base. You're down to just 6 outs.
That's a hell of a throw there from Evan Leibel.
Yeah, nearly worked.
That'll bring up Lappin. Runners at second and third. And Urban, who's shown some control issues, we see that one get away from him there. Well off the mark. And, well, thank goodness for Evan Leibel and his defensive prowess. We saw it yesterday, a fantastic session behind the dish. And in talking with Emery Johnson, does a lot for the pitcher's confidence when you know you have that type of a blockade in front of your pitches. You can get away, your margin of error a lot higher. Urban behind 1-0. That one fouled back 1-1.
And again for Irvin, nothing wrong with trading a run for an out in this situation.
Still up by 7. Back-to-back singles to open the inning. One of the infield variety. That was for Sanders. Hashimoto took it to right. Well hit ball, but kept it first and second. Scott with the sac bunt. Nearly reached to load him up. Instead, he's out. Now it's 1-2 on Lappin.
That was one of the first breaking balls we've seen from Urban. And he definitely had Lappin off balance.
Had me off balance. I am recovering from vertigo a couple weeks ago, though. So.
And look at you standing up in the booth.
Trying to gather my bearings here, Story. 2-2.
Well, we won't mention that you played pickleball last night. You were out there on the court.
Well, didn't win. First time out there ever.
Hey, just a beginner at all this.
2-2. This one, give it a ride. But playable. In right field, no, it dropped. Lost in the sun and right. Hashimoto has to hold up. It'll bring home 1 run.
Yeah, Kyle Morrill out in right field, and
Morrell
gets out, gets under this ball, and then loses it.
Yeah, just couldn't see it. You see it here. Well, they say that's the 15th hit of the day. I believe that'll bring up Zuba. Urban fires right back. 13-7 now.
And a chance with a base hit to make it a 4-run game. That is well within anything can happen territory.
And that one called low from Urban.
And meanwhile, the challenge for Urban has to have an incredibly short memory, set that aside, and focus on the batter.
Urban, the lefty, has the tailing action away from righties into lefties. Looking to get one over the outer half. Instead goes high for ball 3. No, 2, excuse me. 2-1. Excuse me, on the fly ball. And this one chopped over from Zuba. Back up the middle. They're going to hold the runner. Ashworth was waiting for the big arm to flash it, and Lappin retreats back to third.
Similar to Zuba's last at bat.
Yep.
Takes it back up the middle.
Good piece of hitting there.
Yep, absolutely.
So that'll bring up Carter Hayne, and Hayne has already gone deep in this one. He's seen the ball very well here today. Lefty-righty matchup, and a couple of extra base hits for Carter Hayne. And a chance here to really put the Dons on their heels heading into the ninth, and we're not out of it yet here in the eighth. Only one gone for the Comets and hold everything. Urban. Fly ball, foul.
Mike, I know you've been watching them for a couple of days, but I think you have to be impressed with the Comets lineup, up and down the lineup. From the little bit we've seen here, just a very disciplined lineup, a lot of good hitting in terms of taking the ball where it's pitched and looking to take it back up the middle or the opposite way.
Yeah, in particular with 2 strikes. I mean, you look at the scoreboard right now, they have 17 hits. They had 14 hits yesterday. They batted as a team 378 for the day in the day one win. And right now they only have 8 runs to show for it. 0-2, Hayne just barely stays alive. Was fooled on that one from Jimmy Urban.
Yeah, Urban going back to the breaking ball.
I wonder if he's going to go to the backdoor slider here. Jamie Urban, we've seen the movement on some of his pitches here. That one outside. He goes to the heat, and the paint job not there for Jimmy, 1-2.
That's a good pitch from Urban and just a better eye at the plate to take that pitch. That is not far out of the zone, and you will get a lot of batters to chase that pitch with 2 strikes.
1-2 into left field. Another RBI for Carter Hayne. 5 RBIs on the day for Carter. Makes the score 13-9. 18th hit for the Comets. Man. And you go back to the play in right field. Morrell unable to track down the ball in the sun. And we'll have a visit to the mound.
And I think, well, we're going to see a pitching change.
Indeed.
Looked like he was pointing to the bullpen, but this is just a good move, I think, from Coach Nilles to really settle this whole team down. This one is getting tight, and I think right now this is going to be not just about Urban, but about the whole team. And everybody take a breath. We're still 5 outs away. We've still got the 4-run lead. Let's just relax and close this one out.
The particulars on the new pitcher coming at you from Don Sneddon Field. 13-9. The Comets putting on some scratch on the board here in the bottom of the 8th. Sergio Caceres now on to pitch for the Dons. First and second, only one out in the bottom of the 8th. And he will face Eric Larson with 2 men on. Caceres on the season making his 9th appearance, lefty. 13 innings pitched. 12 strikeouts, 12 walks. ERA of 9.69. And they're looking to not eat into the meat of the lineup, just looking to get a couple outs here. They go lefty-righty here. And Caceres in a big spot facing Larson. That pitch in there, strike one. Jeff, really baffled with some of the strike calls and non-strike calls here today, and for both teams, both pitchers felt like they were getting squeezed earlier. Caceres ahead 0-1. In there, strike two, breaking pitch, a beauty.
Well, pretty much everybody will tell you the same thing, batters, pitchers, any level, that they can deal with almost any strike zone as long as it's consistent.
Well,
where there gets to be a problem is if a pitch is a strike for one at bat and then all of a sudden the next at bat it's not a strike.
But that's a pitch that wasn't being called a strike about 4 innings ago, and now it is 0-2. Good thing for the Dons for sure. Caceres goes low on that one. It's a good location, keeping it down. Runners on first and second.
Discipline and comfort with 2 strikes is so critical for hitters. Got to be able to stay in there with 2 strikes and stay with a plan.
1-2 fouled off, in on the hands from Caceres.
And that's what we've seen an awful lot from the Comets this last couple of innings. The Dons pitchers have been able to get to 2 strikes. They've been able to get ahead on a number of occasions, only to have Comet hitters fight off a couple of pitches and eventually find one they can handle.
Jeff, there's always the it's a good strike zone if it's consistent. And that one, ring 'em up from Caceres. Larson down, looking.
Steady diet of curveballs, and he paints the outside corner with this one.
No doubt about it on that one.
Yeah, good pitch, good call.
And I think that was a situational at bat. They bring in Caceres, and I think we're going to have another pitching change. I think they're going to bring in Cedric Perez, who is the team's de facto closer. He's been struggling with some injuries late in the season, and I think Coach Nellis wants to close the door right here. And Perez looking to come to the mound, and we'll take a break here. 13-9, 2 gone, bottom of the 8th. Comets down to their last 4 outs in this one. And here comes Cedric Perez to the mound. And Jeff, I think that Coach Nellis had seen enough. They're only up by 4 here. It's still 2 on, 2 out. Opportunity for Ethan Ellis, who's hit the ball well here today. Started off inside for ball 1. Perez leading the team in saves on the season, 8-2 on the year. This is his 20th appearance, 74 1/3 innings pitched. 7.5 strikeouts per 9 innings with an ERA of 4.36 on the season. Some chopped over to third. Easy play made, and the Dons are out of the inning. Well, it didn't take a long time for Cedric Perez to close out the bottom of the 8th, but the Comets get 3 across. 13-9, we head to the 9th. The Dons with a 4-run lead. Kyle Ashworth going to lead things off in the top of the 9th. Dons give up 3 in the bottom half of the 8th. The gap closes to 4, 13-9. Ashworth, a big game here today for Santa Ana. Got things started off in the top of the 1st with a solo shot. Lopez back on the bump for the Comets. Starts off Ashworth with strike 1. That pitch high. One and one. Special thanks to Jeff Stoynoff coming on for a couple innings. He'll have the call tomorrow. Breaking pitch in there, a beauty from Lopez. Strike 2. Freezes Ashworth. I've got to protect here if you're Kyle with 2 strikes. There's Lopez. Trent from the windup, the pitch, 1 and 2. Ashworth able to hold off. Well, one of the points that Jeff made while he was on, this is if the Dons do come away with the win here, that one chopped over to first. Easy play made by Lappin for out number 1. Getting back to the point made by Jeff Stoynoff. 18 hits today, 14 yesterday. If you're the Comets, you have to feel pretty good about being able to hit the pitching of Santa Ana. Pitch inside. Cedric Perez came in to to pitch and finish out the 8th. Up at the dish. Ahead 1-0. Ahead 2-0 now. The Dons with a run in every inning except one up to the 6th, and then they've been shut out in the 7th and the 8th. They have 13 runs total on 11 hits. Palomar, a very potent lineup, was 5 runs last week as the away team at home versus Pasadena City in Game 2. And they were able to eke forward in the top of the 9th for the win. Score remains the same. They're able to put up a similar number. That pitch missed by much. They will walk it off here at Don Sneddon Field, but it's win or go home if you're the Dons, and they're looking at day 3. You had a feeling they would come out with emphasis here today. They did exactly that. They were up 13-4 at one point. This one hit well. So get to the wall, stand-up double for Cedric Perez. Does it at the dish, does it on the bump. Nice piece of hitting here from Cedric. Takes it the opposite way, and that's a big gap to cover in center for Ethan Ellis, unable to get there in time. And think about the job in center field today that Kyle Ashworth has done for the Dons. He's been terrific. That'll bring up Evan Leibel. Man at second, possible insurance run. Leibel swinging at the first pitch out in front of it, fouls it off. Lopez comes to the plate. Leibel lifts this one into center field. And 2 outs gone. Ellis makes quick work of that one. I'll bring up Shivani. Lopez pumps the fastball in there for strike 1. Lopez's 14th appearance on the year, 3-1. 14 strikeouts, 7 walks, ERA under 2. Pitch off the mark. 1-1. One outside. Bit of a scorcher here today in Santa Ana, really throughout the Southland. 2-1. Starting to cool off just a little bit. But earlier today, 90 plus here in Santa Ana. Lopez checks a runner. And he'll step off. Lopez checking Perez at second. Lopez looks a little uncomfortable out there for the moment. Giovanni with some pop in the back. Lopez again steps off. One out away from the bottom of the ninth. Don's looking to tack on another one. Lopez comes to the plate, and Giovanni gives this one a ride, but easy play for Scott out in left field. And we head to the bottom of the ninth. 13-9, Palomar chasing 4. Don's looking to force day 3 here from Don Snedden Field. The 9, 13-9. The Dons looking to force day 3, and they're going to have to get through the top of the lineup for the Comets. The big bats at the disposal of Palomar, Lindemann, Sanders, and Hashimoto. The 1, 2, 3 hitters for Palomar. It'll be Cedric Perez, who leads the team in saves on the year. He's battled an injury late in the season. Was able to record the final out of the 8th. And now he comes here into the 9th with the 4-run lead, facing the meat of the order for the Comets. There is Cedric. Lindemann fouls this one off, 1-2 now. $15 jacks on the year for Devlin Lindemann. But the Comets need base runners right now. One, two, low. Bible tries to frame it up to no avail. Even up the count. That one chopped. This is going to be a tough play. Perez can't come up with it. It's an infield single for Devlin Lindemann. You see the ball here just trickle off of the bat of Lindemann, and no play to be made at first, as the leadoff man is aboard in the bottom of the 9th, and the Comets chasing 4. Sanders now the batter. And Sanders second on the team in home runs for the Comets.
Double play.
Freshman from Poway. Perez behind 2-0. Hitters count for Jack Sanders with a man on first, Lindemann. Perez at the ready, the 2-0. Double play ball possibly. Sanders with pretty good wheels, picked out, double play. And now the Dons 1 out away from forcing tomorrow. Six, 4, 3, or excuse me, 5, 4, 3. Bring up Hashimoto. Chopper over to short. Denbo with it. Over to first. In time. Camera 3. There we go. And it's a final. We head to day 3 back here at noon tomorrow. The Dons prevail 13-9. Not as much of a thriller as we had yesterday, but certainly some ups and downs. The Dons 13 runs on 12 hits, 1 error. Palomar 9 runs with 19 hits. They've totaled 23 hits throughout days 1 and day 2. And we'll be back at it tomorrow at noon start time here from Don Sneddon Field. Special thanks again to the entire staff here at Santa Ana College. Cami Lewis, Sports Information Director. Denise Bailey, Dean of Athletics. Athletic Director Mary Haggerty. Ken Purcell, the Chairman of the Hall of Fame Foundation here at Santa Ana College. That'll do it for our coverage here today. Day 3 coming at you tomorrow on SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage, 3C2A Playoff Baseball 2022 edition. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.